So how do we price an SFR portfolio? The first thing we do is we identify what retail value is for each one of your properties. We pull data from a number of different sources and compare them. Once we identify what we think retail value is for each one of your properties, the next thing we do is we try to figure out what top of the market rents are for your properties. Meaning, if your properties were maximized to achieve top of the market rents, what would those rents be? Once we identify that data point, we compare it to your current rents. The reason why we do this is to measure the delta or the difference between your current rents and market rents. Why is this important? If we understand that delta, this gives us insight and the ability to make our first assumption. And the assumption that we make is the bigger the difference between your current rents and market rents, the worse shape your property is in. This assumption is not always right, but over a large number of properties, this tends to hold true. So once we identify the delta or the difference between your current market rents and top of the market rents, we take that delta and assign a condition score from C1 to C6. This is the Appraisal Institute's condition rating score. C1 being a new construction property needing no repairs to maximize the rental value, and C6 being a total gut rehab. We assign these values across all your properties. We correlate the condition score to a CapEx rate per square foot, or in other words, the number of dollars a buyer might have to spend in order to maximize the value of your property. So once we have retail values and we measure the difference between market rents and your rents to get the condition scores, and we can assign a capital expenditure cost to each one of your properties, we do a very simple calculation. Retail value minus CapEx equals current fair market value. In other words, the value of your properties taking into account the current condition. Then all we do is we analyze your portfolio at current fair market value. We do this using very simple but widely accepted expense criteria that help us get to a net yield that is on par with what the funds generally underwrite to. So the finished product is a well-priced, well-packaged portfolio that can be presented to the funds so that they understand what the top retail value is, what our assessment of current condition is, what our assessment of current pricing is, and presenting the portfolio in a way that all boils down to not only going in cap rate, in other words, the cap rate that they would get once they buy your portfolio, but also a stabilized cap rate, meaning the cap rate they'll get once they buy your portfolio and increase the value of each one of your properties to reach top of the market rents. By going through this analysis process, we know exactly how your portfolio should be priced, and we can present it to the funds in a way that's not only attractive to them, but also saves them time and energy in underwriting your portfolio. Thanks a lot for listening.